Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on our gaming channel. I'm James.
I'm Holly.
And today we are going to be talking about gaming. Hence it's a gaming channel, Gaming Chat with James and Holly. We've got a few topics we want to talk about today.
We are talking about the Nintendo Switch with Zelda, and we're also talking about Uncharted 4 and Destiny 2.
Exciting. So yes, this is kind of our casual, laid-back chat, conversation type video. There's no cuts, no edits or anything. This is kind of just a one-piece conversational...
We'll try. There might be a few cuts for technical issues like last week.
Yeah, there was one when the screen died.
So we'll see
and
how
stuff.
long this lasts for.
But let's start off with probably the biggest news for us this week was Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
One of our very good friends, Mullet, he actually managed to track down a Nintendo Switch, even though they're super hard, super tricky to get your hands on at the moment. He actually got one at the weekend, so we went with him to get it. We did an unboxing. We kind of reviewed it in a way, had a hands-on play with the actual Switch itself. If anyone's interested in actually watching that video, I will link it down below. It's on our vlog channel. Okay, so Holly, do you want to start off by explaining what actually is the Nintendo Switch, if people don't know?
Well, I'm sure everyone already knows. It's had so much media publicity. It's basically Nintendo's new console, which is a handheld, but can also be clipped into the little docking station, and you can play it on your TV.
So it's basically
kind of like a hybrid between a handheld console and a static console.
Yeah, it's basically seamless.
Yeah.
That you can just go from this handheld, click it in, bosh, straight up onto the TV.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? Were you
first impressions?
Well, before we had a go on it at the weekend, were you interested in it? Were you kind of in the hype of Nintendo?
I wouldn't say I was in the hype. I like the idea. Yeah, I like the idea of it. It's probably not one I would go out and get, hence why I haven't been looking for one.
Uh-huh.
But it's probably one of those, like, maybe in a couple of years when they've refined it, I would have probably got one, was my initial reaction.
Yeah.
Like, cool idea. I don't feel like I need it in my life right now.
Because we do have quite a few...
Because we have quite a few other things to play with.
So what was your kind of first impressions of it then?
I actually really liked it. I thought it looked really cool. I liked the controllers that you can clip them in to have them handheld, or when you clip them out, they still work. They don't have to be docked. You can have them waving around wherever you want.
I think one of the great things with the Nintendo is it doesn't matter if you maybe have like a disability or something, and you no longer have to hold a controller like this.
Yeah, you can hold them wherever you want.
Yeah, so some people might not be able to do that, which I think is a great thing that now the controller literally splits in half, so you can have your hands down here and stuff.
Although it's pretty weird because we're so used to playing it like this, to then have to play it like this. It's a bit like but then it has got the controller grip, so you can slot them in and play like a proper controller. You
can use it in any kind of way, shape or form. I think one thing which I really liked with those ones is there's two kind of variations at the moment. There's the kind of the grey black version all over, or there's like the colourful version with like the red and the blue controller. I was kind of sceptical of the colour.
Yeah, if it was going to be that colour in real life.
It looked to me like it'd been a little bit kind of oversaturated in images, in the kind of the adverts of it. It looked kind of like, wow, that's very vibrant. I was expecting it to be a little bit dull, in real life, kind of like this sort of red from our like 360. But actually, it was very, very like neon.
It was neon, yeah. The red is definitely.
I think that was kind of cool. It was very striking. The texture of it, I thought was quite cool. It was kind of smooth, but it didn't slip out of your hand.
It didn't feel cheap.
Yeah. It didn't feel cheap. The buttons felt nice. The analogs didn't feel like you were going to snap them off, because that's like the last thing you want in a controller. It feels
like you're going to crush it.
I always found that with like original kind of PlayStation controllers, they creaked.
No, you have a freakishly strong grip, so...
Yeah, but when you like getting intense into a game...
Yeah, for you, I don't know how you did it.
But I don't know, I like things which are like ergonomically designed very well to fit your hand, and they don't feel cheap. I think at the end of the day, it's kind of an expensive console. So the last thing you want is it to feel plasticky.
Snap the controllers.
Yeah. What else? Anything else to add about?
I think probably hands down one of my favourite thing about it is the noises. It has good Nintendo noises. It
think
has
that's-
cute little
yeah.
things. You press next and it makes the cutest little noise. I don't know.
Maybe not a selling point,
I don't know. I just love the noises.
but I think that's the thing. Like with
But I
Nintendo,
think with Nintendo, they have such a sound. Like, you know,
Yeah.
the Nintendo sounds just have such...
it's almost like it's
I
still
don't know
kind of
what it
that
is.
8-bit vibe,
Yeah. Just
like
revamped,
gling, like
cute.
the glings of
Gling.
those sort of stuff. But it sounds new.
That doesn't sound like a major feature, but that was just a
It's
nice
definitely
point.
what you picked up on.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you feel that it worked, as in the real world, from playing it handheld to clicking into the TV? How
it was
did
super
it?
quick. I didn't expect it to be that quick. Like, you were literally playing it and you clip it in, and it's like a second. It's probably 2 seconds from
Yeah,
the screen to the TV.
I think that's a good thing. That
I think
it's
it's super quick.
that there's no wait. There's no you have to change settings.
It was probably
whatever.
quicker than plugging a HDMI into this TV. I would say it's just like super quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I thought that was a very good thing. I think that's the thing. What they obviously had to get right
Yeah.
was it's called a switch, so you're switching between handheld and
Yeah.
TV. That it had to work instantly. I think that was very, very good. Any other pros for it?
I can't think of any at the moment.
We won't talk about the game yet. We'll talk about the game.
Yeah, we're
next.
just talking about the Switch,
console
not
itself.
Zelda. We're trying to, just console.
What about?
I think it's difficult to compare it to anything else because there is
Yeah.
nothing like it. You
Yeah.
could compare it to handhelds, or you can compare it to normal consoles, but there's nothing which really has the same.
It's this weird hybrid at the moment.
So it's hard to compare it to anything else because it's in a different league currently.
We kind of compared it to a Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a handheld console. And I guess it's the next stage on from a 3DS.
Yeah, if you compare it to the 3DS, it is miles better. It is so much better.
Yeah.
It's not even in the same league. But if you were going to compare it to something like a PlayStation, like quality-wise, like the resolution is just not there.
It's not
for the
there.
price you pay for the Switch, which is £270
207,
currently,
280.
without a game. That's quite a lot of money.
So with a game, you're looking over £300. So
Yeah.
I think for me, I think it's slightly on the expensive side.
Yeah.
But it's a brand new console.
It's a tricky one to actually, price
balance
bracket.
out, basically. I think the one thing which I was... I don't know how to put it. I wasn't disappointed. I just feel that the actual screen when you're playing it handheld, that it's only 720. It's not full HD. Which I was quite surprised because we're so used to high-res stuff now with phones and just screens in general that we're
like
used to
our TVs
seeing.
are 4K, our phones are...
Admittedly, this isn't 4K.
This isn't 4K. But like they're...
But like
they're
everything
1080.
now is becoming very, very high res and 4K and everything. So that the handheld is only 720, which to me it feels like it's a few years old.
Yeah, it's a bit of a step back almost.
Yeah, but then again, Nintendo have never been about
They've never been
next gen. They've always been about the kind of not the gimmick, but it's more about kind of family.
The experience as opposed to like the highest quality. Not
you're
quality,
not
but
gonna,
highest
You're not going to
res.
get the highest res, highest frame rate, ultra HD.
And we're
type
also
thing.
saying is the thing around the edge, like the edging to the screen, is
the bezel.
pretty.
Is it the bezel?
I think that's the word. But yeah, that's really thick. That's one thing that surprised me was how thick.
Yeah.
Around the
screen.
screen.
They literally could have made that screen an inch bigger if the bezel wasn't as big, because it's a good, I don't know, virtually half an inch each side.
Yeah.
Centimetre, half an inch, or however you want to look at it. Each side, and then you have like the shell of the actual case.
Yeah.
Where again
nowadays you're quite used to seeing things with not big fat edges. Like this is obviously an older TV which has big fat edges,
which kind of shows its age.
Yeah, this TV is 10 years old.
Yeah.
Or something. So, but everything that's brought out now doesn't normally have a thick edge.
Even if you compare it to like the brand new Samsung phone,
yeah,
which
if
was
you look at the Samsung
announced
phones,
like a week ago, is literally there's no edge at all.
Which
new laptops, new
but obviously
TVs.
we're comparing it to higher price points. So I guess the question could be is they have to make that choice as to whether they want a flashy screen.
Yeah.
Like, would people be willing to pay, say, a few £100s more to get a proper screen, like an iPad, say? Like, would you be willing to pay an extra £300 for a good screen? Or
I guess
that was their decision.
I guess to go in like almost a full circle here is the games which are going to be coming out on it aren't exactly next gen resolution games.
They're not all about
so
the 4K.
They don't need to be super high res because most people are going to be playing Zelda. Mario Kart's out in like a month's time. It's all those types of games.
The difference between 1080 and 4K for Mario Kart probably not needed.
Yeah, exactly. So that's probably why, which maybe would have kept that price down.
Yeah.
A little bit. Otherwise, like you just said, it might be £500 instead of £300.
And then I think that'd be way out of a lot of people's leagues if you were going. Considering you can get the new PS4 Slim for what, $220?
Yeah.
I think there's quite a lot of cheaper consoles now.
It's a tricky one. Like we said, it's very hard to compare it to Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s and stuff because it's not that same type of gaming.
Because it's a whole new ball game, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you consider buying one?
I think my view still stands. Now I've seen it in person. I like it more.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I am slightly more inclined to buy one, but not yet. I think I would rather see what sort of catalogue the game's going to be. The games are expensive. The games are still going to be the same price as Xbox, PlayStation games. They're not going to be sort of the cheaper games.
Yeah.
So I think you kind of want to make sure there's going to be good games. That Zelda is a great game, great starting game, but I don't just want to be playing Zelda.
Huge launch game.
Yeah, so there's loads of rumoured games.
6 months, like by Christmas. Give it another sort of 6 months from now when it's the Christmas hype.
Yeah.
That's when some big games, I think, will be coming out. And that's when it's going to be all the quirks and the little gimmicks, which it's almost in this kind of like, not beta stage, but you know what I mean?
The initial stage, yeah.
Yeah. It's the same with any console. You buy an Xbox or PlayStation on launch. It's not until about a year
and that's when
plus later when the good games come out.
The more variety comes out.
The developers catch up with the actual console itself.
Mm-hmm. So Zelda, obviously, you got Zelda with it.
Yeah. We should probably say that's the only game we've played.
That's the only game we've played, and I think there's only like 5 or so titles out currently.
There's not many games.
There's not many. I don't know if there is 5, but there's not many, and there's not many that I would consider apart from Zelda. Zelda would be...
Well, it was the launch game. All the others are kind of like lower end games. Yeah. So, I don't really know anyone else who's talking about other games because Zelda is just...
It's all about Zelda. So what was your impression of Zelda?
So I kind of missed... It might offend people now. I kind of missed the whole Zelda phase. This is the very first Zelda game I've ever played.
Okay. We do have Zelda. We have... you can't even see it now, but we do have an N64. Underneath. And we do have Zelda.
Yeah.
But even I never had Zelda as a kid. I never had an N64. We had... I think, we had Master System and then PlayStation. Mm-hmm. Never had an N64. So Zelda was only... at friends' houses playing very little chunks.
I've heard obviously a lot about it with other people playing those types of games. So my first impression, which I guess is probably a lot of people who never played the previous Zeldas, will come in at this stage because it is such a big launch, huge reviews.
This is probably going to be a lot of people's first Zelda.
On a brand new system. So I think we have quite a good input to say that we are probably like most people who are going to come across onto this game.
Apart from like the old school.
Well, this is what I mean. But it's on a brand new console now, so people who buy that will buy it because of this hype behind it. I thought it was a very, very cool game. It's almost got a bit of a cell shading type art design behind it.
I think the design is really good.
I think one thing which really stuck out with me, which I thought was really cool, was like the bad people, the kind of the gremlin-y type people. I don't know if that's what they're called. They've obviously got proper names.
I can't think what they're called.
But the design, the way they move, like their faces and stuff, the actual look at them.
I was cute, like, but mean.
They kind of, to me, they had a little bit of the pigs on Angry Birds.
Yeah,
they kind of had that kind of vibe about them, and a little bit like. Was it Lilo from Lilo and Stitch?
Oh, yeah.
They had like these kind of characteristics, which I thought was cool. And I did really, really like that. Hugely open world as well, the game.
Yeah.
You could probably put 100 hours in.
But that's not normally your sort of game. So is it a game that you think
I'm just saying in general, it's a hugely...
Would it be a sort of game that you would actually play?
Probably...
You're not normally into that game.
I'm not really into open world type games. maybe because I do quite a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
That maybe it's the type of game which I would like to do when you're traveling, when you're kind of on coaches and buses and aeroplanes.
Some time, yeah.
You can just explore this world. It's not going to be like completely intense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That it's almost like you can kind of take a step back a little bit, I guess. Well, yeah. What about you then?
I think it is my sort of game. I love the games where you can spend hours looking for treasure and just exploring. Yeah, totally my sort of game. So that would be, I think that's one of the things that swings it for the Switch for me, is that it has a very good launch game.
Yeah.
And that it's...
But that was key.
It's not a quick game. It's not a game that you can complete in an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the main story is, but you certainly couldn't do everything quickly.
No,
it's a game that you could sink a lot of time into, which I think is good, because a lot of Nintendo games, I think they're very... You can play them for a while... Like sort of Mario Kart, like racing games or little quirky games. You can play them for a bit, and then it's like more of a group thing.
Yeah.
As opposed to whereas Zelda, you can sit on your own and play it for days.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good. It's got like
a proper game. But then I guess
game.
that's a good thing, because it's a launch game. It's got to tie people over for probably a month,
months, a
couple of months until the next sort of bigger games come out.
That's true.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a really, really cool piece of kit, bit of engineering. The games which are going to be coming out are very like nostalgia type games.
Yeah.
The only thing I would personally say about it is I feel like it's just in a slightly too high of a price bracket.
Bit too expensive.
A little bit too.
For what it is.
If it was,
I guess, we are not necessarily target market.
I guess not. No, but because it's like the 280 to 300.
Yeah.
If it was. I say £100 less. If it's like the 180 to 200, then I think it would be like, wow, this is a really, really cool piece of kit.
Yeah.
Especially when you start comparing it to like the PSP, like Vita and the 3DS.
Yeah. But then you've never really had any handheld games. Consoles.
No. Because when I play games, I literally sit here.
You come home and play games. You don't go out and
play games on console. So I guess, like I'm not the target market. But I like the fact that it is on there. Yeah. It's not just a handheld.
Click it in, you're done.
Yeah. Any overall last things to say about Switch?
I think because we haven't had a proper play on it, it was obviously...
It's our first impressions.
Yeah,
we've had like a few hours with it.
We've had a few hours with it. It's not actually hours, but I like it. I wouldn't get one yet, but I do like it. Okay.
Moving on
to a game we recently completed. Which isn't a brand new game. A week ago we completed Uncharted 4, so we're moving on to PlayStation now. Yeah, back
PlayStation 4 Pro to be precise. Smashed Uncharted 4.
Yes.
Which, to me...
Tell us all about it, James, because you were the one that fell in love with this game.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. It has to be almost hands down one of the best games I think I've ever played.
That is quite a statement.
It's a big statement, but it had everything.
Yeah.
It had incredible story. It had like an emotional connection to the characters and everyone in it.
It did. The story was really impressive. It was
like you're playing a movie, from both story to the connection. The graphics were like...
There was so many points where you were like, that could be like my screensaver.
I was stopping all the time and just taking in the landscape. The landscapes are just... It was just mind-blowing. I absolutely loved it. And it had everything from... full-on action to adventure, problem-solving, puzzle-solving, to, driving, off-road. It had underwater. It had... It literally had the whole array of everything you want in a game. It had.
I think the things I liked is... it had a Crash Bandicoot scene in it, didn't it? You get to play...
At the very beginning,
you get to play Crash Bandicoot. And then later on in the game, the dynamics of the game, how it's run, it's almost like you yourself, it's like you're running towards the camera, and it's almost like got the dynamic of Crash Bandicoot, but in this game. It's very cleverly done. And a few of the sort of chase scenes right at the very end were just incredible.
Just everything, the whole world's like kind of collapsing down and around you, and it felt like you're watching a film, like graphically.
It's one of those games I think you didn't want it to end.
Yeah, but it was a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was going to end a lot sooner.
It was probably twice as long as I thought it would be.
Which was, again, it's a huge bonus.
Yeah, Definitely, because normally those really impressive, really like good story, good graphic games, they go on for a few hours and then that's it.
Yeah, they're kind of let down a little bit.
Yeah,
but
and then you complete them really quick. But that game, it took us a while actually.
yeah, it did. I didn't want it to end.
No.
But I thought it was going to end, and it literally, like Holly just said, lasted probably twice as long as I thought. I think no matter what type of gaming you're into, I think most people would enjoy that type of game.
Most people would enjoy it, yeah. There's obviously going to be people who don't, but I think also this was our first Uncharted. It's one of those games that sort of passed us by, even though I've always played PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's just never a game that I thought I would enjoy.
But we bought the PlayStation 4 Pro, and that was one of the games where it was like, this is what the Pro is for.
Yeah, this is a good starting game. If you're going to get the Pro, you get
because
this game.
It really shows off the Pro.
Yeah.
And by golly,
it did.
Did it show off the Pro? Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone get a chance to play it, highly recommend Uncharted 4.
Definitely. And it's made you buy all the previous games.
Yeah, I've now gone
Uncharted,
the Uncharted collection.
The collection, that's it.
So now I've got the 1, 2, and 3 because story-wise I didn't know what happened prior, but now it's done its job. It's made me now go back, buy the back catalogue.
Yeah, and play all of those.
And get the previous 3.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely awesome. Moving on.
I think that's all we can say. All positives. I don't think there's anything negatives.
I don't think there was a negative.
I don't think there's any negatives in that game.
Moving on to now.
Moving on.
A game which nobody's played.
A game which nobody's played. That's not even out yet. It won't be out until like September, I think it is.
Something like that.
I think it's September.
So there was a big reveal, big trailer, big teaser trailer for Destiny 2.
Yes.
Which makes it look awesome. I know there's no gameplay or anything in the trailer.
No, it was very early days, yeah. But I didn't even realise it was a trailer for Destiny. It just popped up on YouTube. I'm sure it was YouTube. It was somewhere, and it was one of those unskippable ads, I think. So I watched it, and I had no clue, and I found it so funny. I knew it must be a game, but Destiny is not a game I've played, so I don't know if there's any character. I've not played. I don't know anything about Destiny. I know it's online multiplayer, first-person shooter, which is not my game.
No,
but
it's from Bungie as well.
Yeah.
Original
but this
Halo.
trailer I thought looked great, and it actually kind of put Destiny on the radar for me a bit.
Definitely. But it's huge. Like, if you look at the views on those trailers, it's millions and millions and millions of views. It's huge. And I think it's when reading all of the comments and people talking about Destiny 2, it's one of those things where they had to play it right. They have to do it right, because Destiny 1, apparently we hadn't played it, was a bit of a letdown, because
I think people enjoyed it because of the multiplayer,
but there was so much DLC.
But because I think, from what we know, correct us fans of Destiny if you're wrong, but the storyline, the solo campaign, there was not really much to do on that. There was hardly any story. It was very short, so they released loads and loads of DLC to make up for the lack of single player mode, I think.
Puts the price of the game up to double.
Yeah, so I think that's probably what they're going to focus on in Destiny 2, is to actually have a decent story, which what I got the impression of the trailer would be is they've kind of added some humour.
Yeah.
To
me, it was Deadpool.
It did have Deadpool humour. Again, I don't know if that similar humour was in the first one. I honestly don't know. But it seems like they're really trying to push it with, okay, we're coming back, we're going to do it better.
Yeah.
We're going to make this one everything the first one should have been.
Like you said, it puts it on the radar. It makes me want to play it.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, because I saw Destiny and it looked really cool. I considered buying it, and then it was like, oh, the campaign's but the campaign there was no hype for. It was all online. It was all shooting, and it's like, I won't bother. I'll watch other people play it, but I probably won't bother. Whereas this one now, I'm like, well, I might try it when it comes out. I'm more inclined to try it.
I think I definitely
just because
will.
They got their marketing right with that. And it's just the bit where he goes like, Glenn, it begins with a G.
Yeah. But that's the thing, it's what you want. Because
it's the same. I think everybody said that. What was his name? Like Dave, Dan, it begins with something.
No matter who the big bad boss is going to be anymore, his name's going to be Gary.
Yeah, that was, that did really make me laugh. Probably because that's something I would say. Yeah. Because I'm terrible with names.
I think that's pretty much all we wanted to kind of chat about. One thing which I just going to put up the feelers is Prey.
Yes.
The new kind of sci-fi horror type game. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that Prey is going to be any good? Would you like to see me and Holly attempt to play Prey?
I don't know anything about it. I know it's like a horror-ish game. Mm-hmm. I have not seen any trailers or anything, mainly because we're considering playing it, and I prefer a game when you go in blind.
Yeah. You don't know anything about.
It's the main reason why I haven't looked at anything to do with Final Fantasy, the new DLC, because I want to play it, and I don't want to see anything before I play it. And I've done the same with Prey, in case we play it. So I don't know anything about it.
Maybe next week we should talk about the new Final Fantasy DLC.
That means that I have to go and buy it and play it.
Any excuse.
Basically.
So maybe comment down below right now, do you think that we should potentially get Prey? Is it something on your radar? Because it is a big new game coming out very soon. And maybe tell us about the Switch.
Yes.
Do you
guys have thoughts on the Switch? Yeah.
Have you got one? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything next week, because we are going to be doing these hopefully on a weekly basis. And if you are new and you've enjoyed this kind of conversational piece, smash the subscribe button. If you like it, make sure you give it a big fat thumbs up. Mm-hmm. And until next week, we will see you soon.
It stayed on. I'm quite impressed.
I know. See you later, dudes. Bye.